Hello, miladies of inestimable value. She wasn't sent to love you, she was sent to wake you. That's not a compliment, it's a cosmic warning, because when a Sigma female enters your life, she doesn't just change your mood, she flips your karma like a divine audit. Suddenly, the lies you told yourself don't work. The masks fall off. The fake friendships dissolve. And no, it's not witchcraft. It's just her energy doing exactly what it was built for, divine disruption. And here's a wild fact. Most people meet a Sigma female during the most spiritually chaotic season of their lives, right before a major turning point. Coincidence? The universe doesn't do random. She's not here to comfort your illusions or stroke your ego. She's here to burn everything that isn't real. And she'll do it with a calm smile and a coffee in hand, like it's just another Tuesday. So if your life felt like it was fine, until she showed up and reality started glitching, well, congratulations. You didn't meet a woman. You met a karma messenger dressed in divine silence. Let's dive into the 12 eerie, powerful, and brutally honest signs that prove the Sigma female isn't just rare, she's divine. And once you meet her, nothing in your life ever stays the same. Number 1. She doesn't fulfill karmic cycles, she ends them. She doesn't fulfill karmic cycles, she ends them. That's one of the most misunderstood things about Sigma females. People think she's just another chapter in their story, just another life lesson or relationship that comes and goes. But she's not here to play the role others have played before her. She's not another test run. She's the final exam. The moment where all your past choices catch up, and you either evolve or repeat everything again with consequences. When she walks into your life, things start feeling intense, too intense. Emotions you've buried start bubbling up. People you thought you were over suddenly reappear. Patterns you thought you had conquered start resurfacing. But it's not because she brought chaos. It's because her presence reveals the chaos you've been hiding under the surface. She doesn't do it intentionally. Her energy just holds truth so strongly that anything false around her can't survive. And if you're still living in those old habits, she becomes uncomfortable to be around. Not because she's harsh, but because she makes your lies feel loud. Most people don't realize that meeting her is a once-in-a-lifetime spiritual checkpoint. She forces you to choose, level up or get stuck. And she doesn't stick around to convince you. She gives you the mirror, the message, the moment, and walks away. No warnings, no drama, just silence. And that silence, that's when karma begins to speak, loudly. Everything you refused to face before meeting her will now start showing up in painful ways. The people you used to manipulate will now see through you. The games you used to win will suddenly turn on you. The blessings you were counting on will pause. Why? Because the universe gave you a chance to break the cycle, and you missed it. And it's only when you look back that you realize she wasn't just a woman. She was the last stop before the storm, or the bridge to something better. Either way, you never meet a Sigma female by accident. She appears at the end of the loop, and if you're lucky enough to recognize it, she's the one that helps you finally break it for good. Number 2. Her energy repels the spiritually contaminated. Her energy repels the spiritually contaminated. It's not something she tries to do, it just happens. The moment someone with fake intentions or a hidden agenda gets close to her, something inside them starts to shift. They feel uneasy, exposed, even paranoid. Not because she says anything, not because she confronts them, but because her energy is too clean, too raw, too spiritually honest for their illusions to survive. People who thrive on manipulation or deceit can't handle her presence for long. They start to feel like they're being watched, not by her, but by something much deeper. Their lies feel heavier. Their charm doesn't land. Their power games fall flat. And what makes it worse is that she doesn't even react. She simply exists, and her existence becomes unbearable to those who are energetically out of alignment. Fake lovers often mistake her for a challenge. They think they can play their usual mind games, breadcrumb her, or sell her a polished version of themselves. But very quickly, they feel out of place, like a counterfeit note in a world of truth. Their interest fades not because they lose attraction, but because they sense they're outmatched. She sees through them, and that silent recognition is more powerful than any confrontation. Manipulators find her boring, not because she lacks depth, but because she's immune to their tricks. She doesn't feed their need for control. She doesn't react the way others do. She's calm, detached, observing. And that drives them insane. They either lash out or disappear entirely. Even opportunists, the ones who show up only when they want something, find themselves blocked before they can even begin. Not by her words, but by her energy. She has a built-in spiritual firewall. If you're not coming correct, her vibe alone will push you out. In the end, she doesn't fight, argue, or expose people. She lets their own spirit betray them. Being around her is like holding a mirror that reflects your soul. And if what you see isn't clean, you'll walk away on your own. No drama, no closure. Just a quiet exit, haunted by the fact that she didn't even need to lift a finger. Number 3. She doesn't forgive publicly. She releases cosmically. She doesn't forgive publicly. She releases cosmically. You won't see her call you out, drag you through the mud, or throw emotional fireworks. That's not her style. She doesn't need to announce that she's done with you. She doesn't scream, block, or beg for closure. She simply disconnects. And not just emotionally. She lets you go on a spiritual level. And that's where the real shift happens. When a Sigma female releases someone, it's not just her walking away. It's the universe making a record. It's a cosmic transaction. She's not holding a grudge. She's not plotting revenge. She's handing you over to karma, and karma doesn't play favorites. What once felt like a shield around you, those unexplained blessings, lucky breaks, the peace you couldn't explain, starts to fade. It's like her energy was protecting you the whole time, and now that she's gone, everything starts falling apart. Not because she cursed you, but because you were feeding off her spiritual covering, and now it's gone. You start noticing subtle things first. Your mood drops. Your clarity fades. The things that once came easily feel heavy. You try to move on like she didn't matter, but something inside you knows it's not the same. You don't feel as grounded. Your wins don't hit as hard. And your losses feel deeper than they should. That's not a coincidence. That's the vacuum her absence leaves behind. The worst part? You'll never get a dramatic scene. No long message, no grand closure, just silence. And that silence will follow you into your next relationship, into your dreams, into every moment where you thought you were in control. It'll haunt you not because of what she did, but because of what you lost. You see, a Sigma female doesn't need to make you pay. The universe handles that for her. Once she releases you from her soul, the cosmic doors start closing, and by the time you realize what you had, she's already vibrated so far past your level, you couldn't reach her again even if you tried. Number 4. She feels everything and still doesn't flinch. She feels everything and still doesn't flinch. That's the unnerving power of a Sigma female. She can walk into a room and pick up on tension no one else notices. She hears what you didn't say, senses the fake enthusiasm in your voice, and spots the flicker of guilt in your eyes when you lie. You can smile, flatter, charm. None of it works. She sees through it all. Not because she's suspicious, but because she's tuned in at a level most people never reach. She carries what feels like emotional X-ray vision. Your tone, your energy, your silence. It's all data to her, and she doesn't need evidence or proof to trust what she feels. Her intuition is sharp and it rarely misses. But here's the real mystery. She doesn't react the way you expect. She doesn't accuse you. She doesn't ask questions. She doesn't start a fight. She just quietly files it away. Because she's not interested in exposing people. She's interested in understanding them. She knows which battles are worth fighting, and more importantly, which ones aren't. She watches. She takes notes. And when the time comes, she uses that awareness to protect her peace, not to create chaos. While others waste time trying to control people, she focuses on control over her own energy. This is what makes her so unsettling to people with bad intentions. They don't know if she caught them. They start overthinking, questioning what she knows, playing defense before anything even happens. And the truth is, she knows exactly what they're trying to hide. But she's so emotionally disciplined, she gives them nothing to work with. No drama, no breakdown. Just a calm presence that makes their deception feel unbearable. People think she's cold because she doesn't react emotionally. But it's not coldness, it's power. She's already felt the full weight of the truth. She's processed it in silence. And now she holds the upper hand without lifting a finger. Her calm isn't emptiness, it's clarity. And that's exactly what makes her dangerous to the dishonest and magnetic to those who move with truth. Number 5. She's followed by signs, patterns, and synchronicities. She's followed by signs, patterns, and synchronicities. When a Sigma female shows up in your life, things that never made sense suddenly start connecting. It's like the universe leans in and starts whispering through symbols. You'll start seeing repeated numbers. 1111, 333, 777, on clocks, receipts, license plates. Not just once, but constantly. Technology might glitch around her. Streetlights flicker, phones die for no reason. Time feels weird, either too fast or like it's frozen, and it's not coincidence. It's her energy disrupting the surface and pulling you into something deeper. Even animals react. Pets stare at her like they're trying to figure her out. Birds appear at your window. Stray cats follow her. Dogs either love her instantly or growl with unease, because animals sense energy before logic kicks in. Around her, the veil between the seen and unseen feels thinner. The air gets heavier, not in a bad way, but in a way that makes you feel more awake, more alert, like something important is happening. And it is. Old traumas and memories you buried may suddenly resurface. You start thinking about people you haven't thought of in years. Patterns in your life become clearer. It's not because she's doing anything specific, it's because her presence triggers alignment. Her frequency activates yours. She forces your soul to look at itself without ever saying a word. She's not just another person passing through. She's a walking message, a human signal from the universe. You can't explain why you feel so drawn to her or why you feel exposed in her presence. But one thing is certain. Once she enters your life, nothing feels random anymore. Everything feels connected, orchestrated, like you're suddenly in a storyline you didn't know you were part of. And whether you rise from that experience or get consumed by it depends entirely on how honest you're willing to be with yourself. Because she didn't show up to impress you, she showed up to wake you up, and the signs will keep following you until you either evolve or retreat back into the comfort of your delusions. Number 6. She has psychic boundaries. No one can cross. She has psychic boundaries no one can cross. It's not about being guarded or cold. She's simply protected on a level most people can't even see. You can try to get close to her. You can pretend to care, mirror her words, offer your best version of love or friendship. But if your energy is even slightly off, if your intentions are rooted in control, manipulation, or ego, something stops you. And it's not her attitude. It's the invisible force field around her that doesn't let you in. People try everything. They flatter her, try to outsmart her, test her emotional reactions, but nothing lands the way they expect. She doesn't get pulled into drama. She doesn't argue back. She doesn't feed anyone's emotional hunger. She just watches, and somehow you start unraveling. That's the power of a woman with spiritual firewalls. You can't penetrate what's not open to chaos. It's not that she doesn't feel. She does, deeply. But she knows the difference between emotional connection and energetic infiltration. And the moment something feels off, she doesn't need to explain it. She just disconnects. No warning, no announcement. Just a subtle shift. And you suddenly feel like you're talking to a wall made of wisdom and silence. What's wild is how people get confused by it. They think she's being difficult or hard to read, but the truth is, she already read you. She felt your energy before you even spoke. She knew what you came for, and if it didn't match her vibration, her psychic firewall kicked in automatically. It's not personal, it's spiritual protection. And what really throws people off is that she doesn't push back. She doesn't need to. The universe handles it for her. Her boundaries aren't just emotional, they're metaphysical. You don't get access unless you're aligned. You can't manipulate her because she doesn't operate on the same frequency as games. She doesn't fight to keep people out. She just stays still and watches your own misalignment bounce off her like it hit a wall made of truth. You either rise to meet her level or you disappear. Number 7. She's unreachable because she's not from here. She's unreachable because she's not from here. People feel it the moment they meet her, even if they can't explain it. There's a quiet mystery around her, a calm that doesn't come from confidence, but from something older, something ancient. While others are caught up in proving themselves, chasing approval or drowning in noise, she moves like someone who already knows how it all ends. She's not rushed, she's not panicked. She's not obsessed with fitting in. That's because deep down, she never really felt like she belonged here in the first place. She's the kind of woman who can sit in a room full of people and feel like she's somewhere else entirely. Not distracted, not detached in a cold way, but connected to something invisible that no one else can feel. It's in her eyes, in the way she pauses before speaking, in how she chooses silence over small talk. There's this eerie sense that she's listening to more than just your words, like she's tuned into a frequency the rest of the world doesn't even know exists. Her wisdom isn't learned, it's remembered. She doesn't need years of experience to sense when something's off. She doesn't need a list of red flags to know when someone's not right. She just knows. And it's not intuition in the way most people use the word. It's deeper. It's like she came here with access to information most people spend their whole lives trying to find. This is why people often feel both drawn to her and intimidated by her. She's magnetic, but she feels just out of reach. Like you can talk to her, laugh with her, even love her, but never fully grasp her. Because part of her is somewhere else, not physically, but energetically. Her soul never fully anchored into this world. She walks the earth, but she belongs to the stars. Trying to possess her, define her, or pin her down never works. She'll slip through your fingers every time, not because she's playing games, but because she wasn't built for cages. She's here for a mission, not attachment. And unless your soul recognizes that same calling, she will always feel like a beautiful mystery you were never meant to solve. Number 8. Her love is a celestial initiation, not a comfort zone. Her love is a celestial initiation, not a comfort zone. To be loved by a Sigma female isn't soft, predictable, or easy. It's not the kind of love that cushions your flaws or makes excuses for your ego. Her love doesn't hold your hand through your lies, it holds a mirror to them. It challenges everything you thought you knew about connection, truth, and self-worth. And that's why most people can't handle it. Being loved by her is like being thrown into the fire. But it's not to destroy you. It's to burn away everything that isn't real. She doesn't give you a romantic fantasy. She gives you clarity. She shows you the parts of yourself you've buried, the pain you've ignored, the patterns you've denied. And if you're not ready to face those things, you'll blame her for the discomfort you were already carrying. She loves with depth, precision, and fierce honesty. She will see your potential before you do, but she'll also see the wounds you haven't healed, the masks you still wear, and the stories you tell yourself to avoid growth. Her love demands transformation, not because she asks for it, but because her very presence requires it, and the shift is undeniable. Once you've been loved by her, you can't go back to shallow. You can't go back to lukewarm. You can't pretend you don't know better. She wakes something up in you, something that was always there but needed divine pressure to surface. And that pressure feels like heartbreak, ego death, discomfort, until it clicks. And when it clicks, you realize she didn't come to make you feel better. She came to help you become real. Most people don't make it through that process. They ghost her, fear her, resent her, because she didn't play by the rules of emotional convenience. But the rare few who stay, who surrender to the discomfort, who rise to meet her love with truth and courage, they come out changed. Sharper, cleaner, awake. Her love is not for the faint of heart. It's a portal, and once you pass through it, you're never the same. Number 9. Time doesn't apply to her. Time doesn't apply to her. She moves through life like someone who's not on the same clock as the rest of the world. While everyone else is racing, aging, and panicking about what comes next, she walks with this quiet, almost haunting sense of stillness, like she's already seen it all play out. Her beauty doesn't age the way others do. It evolves. She grows softer and sharper at the same time, older but somehow fresher, wiser but still deeply in touch with the kind of innocence most people lose by the time they hit adulthood. There's something strange about her timing, too. She shows up in people's lives at the exact moment they're about to break, or about to wake up, not a minute too soon, not a second too late. And when she leaves, it's always right after her role has been fulfilled. It's like she's on a spiritual schedule no one else can see, following cosmic appointments no calendar can track. When she speaks, people often pause, not because she's loud or commanding, but because her words carry weight. It's the kind of truth that bypasses your brain and goes straight to your bones. It feels like something you already knew, but forgot. Something you needed to hear, not now, but years ago. That's the thing about her. Her energy doesn't just exist in the moment. It stretches, it echoes, it lingers long after she's gone. Even in conversation, she'll make references, or say things that feel decades ahead, or centuries behind. One moment she's dropping ancient wisdom like an old soul in human form. The next she's speaking with the clarity of someone from the future who already knows how it ends. You can't quite place her because she doesn't belong to any one time. She's not stuck in the past, not obsessed with the present, and not chasing the future. She is timeless, unbound. That's why people are drawn to her but don't understand her. She's out of sync with the collective panic. While others run the race, she observes it. And in that stillness, she holds the kind of power that doesn't fade, it only deepens. Number 10. She dismantles masculine egos without saying a word. She dismantles masculine egos without saying a word, not because she tries to, but because her very existence is a challenge to every illusion a man has built about power, control, and worth. She doesn't flatter. She doesn't compete. She doesn't chase. And that alone is enough to shake even the most confident man, because he's never met a woman who simply doesn't need him to validate her existence. Most men are used to being admired, needed, or at least emotionally catered to in some way. But with her, none of that works. She's not impressed by success, titles, or charm. She doesn't care about dominance or performance. What she looks for lives beneath all that. And if you're just a performance without substance, she'll see through you immediately. Not with judgment, but with silence. And that silence feels like a mirror men didn't ask for. Men are drawn to her like moths to flame, sensing something magnetic and rare. But they're also unsettled, because she reflects the parts of themselves they haven't dealt with. She doesn't argue. She doesn't emasculate. She simply doesn't react the way they expect. And it's that calm refusal to play along that starts crumbling the persona they've spent years building. She makes them question whether what they thought made them a man actually holds any weight. The most telling moment is when they try to assert control, test her boundaries, or challenge her intellect, expecting resistance or submission. But instead, she gives them neutrality, pure emotional poise, no fear, no flattery, just steady energy that says, "I'm not here to play your game." And that's when the ego starts to fold. Because nothing terrifies a fragile man more than a woman he can't manipulate, impress, or intimidate. But here's the twist. She's not anti-man. She respects true masculine energy. In fact, the few men who have done the inner work, who have integrated power with humility, feel seen by her in ways no one else ever has. For them, her presence is a gift. But for the rest, she's not a lover or a threat. She's a reckoning. A test of whether their masculinity is real, or just noise dressed as confidence. Number 11. Her intuition has a kill switch. Her intuition has a kill switch. She doesn't need long conversations, clear betrayals, or dramatic endings to know when it's time to let someone go. She just knows. It hits her like a quiet certainty, sudden, sharp, and non-negotiable. One moment, you're in her life, orbiting her world like everything's fine. And then, without warning, you're out, completely, spiritually, energetically, emotionally, gone. What's chilling is how calm it is. There's no explosion, no emotional meltdown, no long goodbye. She simply flips the switch inside her, and that's it. Connection terminated. Access denied. And if you're on the receiving end, you won't even understand what just happened. All you'll feel is a strange emptiness, like the light went out and the temperature dropped. And you'll scroll, call, think, analyze, trying to figure out why. But you won't get answers, because she's already moved beyond the need to explain. That's the thing with her. She doesn't need closure to walk away. She is the closure. Her soul makes the decision before her mouth ever needs to speak it. Her body may be present, but once her energy detaches, she's already somewhere else. And once the switch is flipped, there's no going back. Not because she's heartless, but because her intuition doesn't lie. It doesn't offer second chances to energies that have shown their true nature. This isn't pettiness, it's protection. Her intuition has been sharpened by experience, betrayal, and years of reading people without being wrong. She's learned that when something in her gut says leave, staying is no longer an act of love, it's an act of self-sabotage. So she doesn't wait for more red flags. She doesn't give the benefit of the doubt. She honors the whisper before it turns into a scream. And once you're out of her energetic field, you'll feel it. It won't be anger or revenge, it'll be a haunting absence, a vacuum where warmth used to be. You'll try to reconnect, but the line will feel dead, because it is. She doesn't just block people, she erases the link. Clean, quiet, final. That's not drama, that's divine discipline. Number 12. She's not meant to be loved easily, she's meant to be understood slowly. She's not meant to be loved easily, she's meant to be understood slowly. That's where most people go wrong with a Sigma female. They meet her, get pulled in by her energy, her mystery, her depth, and they think they can just have her. They treat her like something to be won, claimed, or figured out fast. But she's not built for casual attention or shallow affection. She's not a trophy, she's not an experience. She's an entire universe, and you don't conquer a universe. You explore it with reverence. People try to fast-track intimacy with her, thinking charm or effort will unlock her. But she doesn't open through pressure. She opens through resonance, through energy, through silent understanding. If your soul doesn't speak her language, your words won't matter. She'll hear them, but they won't land. Because what she needs isn't a partner to impress her, it's someone who gets her. Someone willing to sit with her silences, respect her depth, and not run when the layers get uncomfortable. She confuses people because she doesn't follow the emotional blueprint most are used to. One day she's warm and magnetic. The next she's distant and unreachable. Not out of cruelty, but because she's constantly scanning for truth. She pulls back to observe, to protect her peace, to sense what your energy is really saying when your mouth isn't moving. And if what she finds doesn't align, she'll fade. No fight, no drama, just gone. And those left behind often spiral. They become obsessed, not with her body, not even with her love, but with the void she leaves behind. Because she made them feel something real, something rare. And now that it's gone, nothing else feels enough. That's what happens when you mistake a soul like hers for a convenience. You don't get closure. You get clarity, after it's too late. To love her, you don't need to be perfect, but you do need to be awake. You need to be ready to grow, ready to unlearn, ready to meet her in the depths she calls home. Otherwise, she'll become the one that haunts you, not because she broke your heart, but because you never even got close to hers. So now you understand. The Sigma female isn't just rare, she's divine. She's not here to follow the rules of this world. She's here to break illusions, end cycles, and activate truth in the lives she touches. You don't just meet her, you encounter her. And from that moment on, nothing in your life moves the same. She is a message, a mirror, a moment of reckoning. She doesn't come to offer comfort. She comes to wake you up. Her presence rearranges your energy. Her silence speaks louder than noise. Her detachment teaches more than lectures ever could. And when she walks away, you don't forget her. You feel her absence in your spirit. The Sigma female is a karma messenger, not by force, but by design. She's not cold. She's clear. She doesn't destroy lives. She exposes the rot so healing can begin. You either rise to meet her energy, or you fall away wondering what just passed you by. But if you've been fortunate enough to recognize her for who she truly is, not just a woman, but a walking portal of divine alignment, then protect that connection. Don't approach her with ego. Come with truth, come with depth, or don't come at all. Because a Sigma female is not the one who stays. She is the one who shifts your entire soul and then disappears like a prophecy fulfilled. Absolutely. Here's a superb, powerful, and emotionally resonant conclusion to tie your content together with depth, mystery, and undeniable energy. This ending will leave viewers stirred, reflective, and craving more. So now you understand. The Sigma female isn't just rare, she's divine. She's not here to follow the rules of this world. She's here to break illusions, end cycles, and activate truth in the lives she touches. You don't just meet her, you encounter her. And from that moment on, nothing in your life moves the same. She is a message, a mirror, a moment of reckoning. She doesn't come to offer comfort, she comes to wake you up. Her presence rearranges your energy. Her silence speaks louder than noise. Her detachment teaches more than lectures ever could. And when she walks away, you don't forget her. You feel her absence in your spirit. The Sigma female is a karma messenger, not by force, but by design. She's not cold, she's clear. She doesn't destroy lives, she exposes the rot so healing can begin. You either rise to meet her energy or you fall away wondering what just passed you by. But if you've been fortunate enough to recognize her for who she truly is, not just a woman, but a walking portal of divine alignment, then protect that connection. Don't approach her with ego, come with truth, come with depth, or don't come at all, because a Sigma female is not the one who stays. She is the one who shifts your entire soul, and then disappears like a prophecy fulfilled. If this spoke to your soul, don't just scroll away, comment, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, because more powerful, soul-shifting content is coming your way. Your journey has only just begun. Stay awake, stay aligned, and most of all, stay real. We'll see you in the next one.